Tonight, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special prime time edition of NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles taking on Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Throwing from the outset is Penix. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And looking to throw, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. That's complete to Mooney. You look at this Eagle defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they...
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this down to the 23. Penix working out of the gun here. That's out wide here for Robinson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Penix. A Caught by London. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw again is Penix. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Penix. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Bijan Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? What the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on. Because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Hurts. Oh, Brown, a nice catch. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
This has a feeling of a back-and-forth game, and we've seen that in evidence all no time flat and finish with a touchdown.
And we are tied at 7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And it's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
But 1st down, Hurts. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Hurts to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing is Hurts. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. To the air, Penix. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Robinson on a give right side. And this time they're able to bottle him up as he'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. Looking to throw, Penix. Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Here's Penix on 1st and 10. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Penix to throw on 2nd down. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Penix to the air once more. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Operating from the gun, Penix. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And this incomplete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even. But it's 2nd down. They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've... Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the 3rd quarter here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
Now this throw caught left side, and they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Touchdown, Eagles! A.J. Brown, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They're going to look to throw.
That's caught by Werner, the tight end.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
A play fake. Now Penix.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Being chased out left.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
In motion right is Smith.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second down and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goedert.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, it's Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
Penix on 3rd down.
It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
He'll buy some time right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
That is caught, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Throwing again, Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Penix going to look to throw on 1st down.
Caught out left side by Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick-6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick-6?
Elliott good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick-6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. And looking to throw, Penix. And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Milton Williams able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Throwing on 2nd down, Penix. That's complete to Mooney. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. So here's a 3rd and 14. They'll throw with Penix. Throw left side. There's London. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Penix working out of the gun here. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. To throw again is Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now Penix. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Here's Penix. And he'll find McLeod on the right side, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Eagles force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked at
These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them to avoid losing them next season. Choose from 4 preset offers that range in level of risk.
today. From the Superdome in New Orleans,
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
who wants some?
To throw at the outset, here's Hurts. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Down to about the 45. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 22 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Here's Carr. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. The numbers for Brown from a week ago. 4 catches, 104 yards, and a score as well.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Carr's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down.
Good shot.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Carr now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing now is Carr. Wilson snags it left side. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
So Carr departs, and on is Blake Grupe for the Saints field goal.
And his kick here is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a 12-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. You know, coaches look at these short field goals. That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Zach Bond
in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Carr going to throw.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, what a play by Dotson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. A one-handed catch, that's one thing, but with a defender right there, that was a heck of a play.
It used to be that one-handed catch was instinctive in a game. Now it's a practiced move. They work on it before, after, during practice sessions. It becomes part of their repertoire, and it pays off.
This is caught. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Saints coming out now to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now Carr. There's Chris Olave. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Kamara is going backwards here. Now they come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Shotgun. But that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Carr to throw. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill from 4 yards out. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point.
And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On first down, Hurts.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, well, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or 2.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Little short pass here to Hill. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports halftime report. Time for a look around the NFL here in week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Giants who are out in front. Darius Slayton, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. A touchdown pass there for Will Levis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
Kamara up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking here for Smith downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
Now that'll be incomplete with the penalty marker down as well. And I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage when that ball left his hand. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs to have better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
Flushed out right.
That one downfield for Dotson.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. C.J. Uzomah.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding.
They get the guard there, Lucas Patrick.
Now Carr. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Little short pass here to Hill. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Rodgers to return it.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
They'll try and throw for it here. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. 2nd down. Here's Hurts. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 30 yards.
And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. So how about the fortitude there? They're in field goal range, but they say, no, forget the 3. We think we can get the 1st, and they wind up getting a lot more than they bargained for.
And I love how you used an SAT word to describe what we just saw there, partner. That's got to be a deflated defense. You see the head down, the shoulders slumped. But we've talked about this before. Sometimes as a defense, you get so wrapped up in defending the 1st down line, that that's your last line of defense. And once they get past that, they're gone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles. In this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19. To throw, it's Carr.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Jahan Dotson.
His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Eagles are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. To throw his Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. Running again with Barkley on second down.
Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Towards the end zone for Brown. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he has been terrific in a dual-threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Barkley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now, because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Nice play, man.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Carr. He's going to let it fly. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A gain of 32 that time.
And Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Philadelphia, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.